What's good, y'all? If you hear me coming through your speakers right now, it's the one and only Orlando Roy, aka Orlando, aka the Big Dick Bad Bitch, and we are here for a bonus. Don't worry, your beautiful co-host is here too, Mila Map. Say hi, baby.
Hi.
I thought that was a good intro. I thought you would have enjoyed that one.
I love it.
So, if you've been listening to the last few episodes of Love Like This, you would hear us talk about like little tidbits of a little experience that Mila's had recently. And we're here today now because Mila wants to give a recap about it all. Am I right, baby?
No, I'm nervous.
Why? I was trying to do a whole setup, make a smooth intro for you so you can take the reins, baby. Then you don't be nervous. Do I gotta take control again? Like I did last time?
No.
Don't be shy. This is your brave, safe, comfortable space for you to tell your story. And it's on Patreon. So if you're listening to this on the RSS.
Trying to put me on Front Street. Wow, be your own people. Crazy. Whore me out on Whore Island.
That's what you wanted. You wanted to be whored out on Whore Island. Now that you're the whore queen of Whore Island, now you're complaining.
I'm not complaining. Anyway. Yeah, I mentioned to a small group of people, aka Good Mom's Patreon, that I would be sharing my experience with a recent sexual fantasy that had come true.
What is the sexual fantasy so the people would know and be updated on whatever you're talking about?
If you've listened to me on Good Moms, you know that it's been a long time fantasy for me to have a sexual experience that included two penises and me. And I've been, asking around, sourcing the right penises, discussing it with Orlando. I've been actually discussing it with Orlando before we were in a relationship, or maybe at the top of our relationship. I don't know. I've been discussing this for at least 2.5 years. And, just putting feelers out to let people know this is what I want. And this took a long time for me to say it out loud. First, to come to the conclusion by myself that this is something that I would desire, because I think for a lot of women it comes off as like whorish.
It's whorish.
Shut the fuck up. Or for me, I didn't even entertain the idea because it was the thought of rapey. I thought it was rapey and whorish, and to say it out loud would be that I would not have a partner. So I basically have been vetting, asking around possibles, and recently we hosted a play party. Shout out to those of you who came.
Not to wink and point to the camera, please.
What's up, Sunny?
Please sign up to the Patreon because you got to see the visuals. Because one, the smile on her face, the energy, you got to see the energy just exuding out of her of how happy she is right now. Nervous, but still excited and happy.
What's up, Stasha? But yeah, so we had a play party. It was our second one in LA. And I invited a friend of mine who's a gentleman who I had actually in the last 2 years, dropped this possibility and just put a feeler out to see if he would possibly be an option. And he had, said within the last 24 months that, yeah, he would be, down for the get down. Anyway, prior, you're probably wondering what the fuck took you so long to accomplish this goal. And the thing was, I didn't know how to start it off. If I invited a third over who's a gentleman, I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm going to open the door and I'll be like, hey, what's up? This is our house. Would you like a drink? And then, start rubbing my thighs seductively. I could never roll it out in my head quite smoothly. So I just didn't go for the whole thing. Because in my mind, if I can't do it in my head, I'm going to be acting awkward in real life. Anyway, fast forward to 2.5 years later, I'm hosting a play party. I invite my friend. Obviously, Orlando and I are there, and we had discussed maybe having an after party to the play party because our house is a vibe, and a lot of times after these parties, people want to see what's going on at the next party, what the next thing is, and I said, fuck it, it'll be our house. So we were on the fence. Orlando said, we're doing it. At this point, it's after 3 a.m. So you know what your mother says: only certain things open after certain hours.
What do you say, legs?
Legs and legs.
So.
Oh, you have something to say?
I'm trying to have everyone take in this whole experience and really set the environment for what people are like, so that people can really understand. Mila has told me about this experience that she's wanted for since I've basically known her. We had strong discussions around it, but we've also had, like, I guess what we've called practice around it, right? So me and Mila do a lot of role playing in our own relationship.
Wait, I'm not there yet.
Go ahead, baby.
Before, when I was considering it or even thinking of it in my mind, I was just thinking, like I said, rapey, whorish. But I had a friend of mine who like painted a picture for me, and I was like, really? Like, what if everyone's serving you? What if you're the center of attention and everyone's just there to like be sexually devoted to you, and like you are the center of attention, and like people are serving you and feeding you fruit? And what if they're two friends and they're like in camaraderie about your pleasure, and like really you're the main event? And so when she kind of painted this picture and she went more into detail, and like then it really dawned on me that this was even a possibility, that two men could work together in cahoots to just like for my pleasure as sexual devotees. I hadn't even entertained that possibility, and so that was my whole efforts in my, you know, putting out my feelers and my vetting. So yes, I did vet Orlando very early into our relationship, into our friendship, just because I knew he was open enough to take in this type of information. I knew he was kind of in the lifestyle world, even though I'm not. And how did that make you feel? Bless you.
I actually felt kind of honored because there's a certain level of comfort and trust that you have to have for the man to say, hey, I want to do this. And it's happened before where a woman's asked me or expressed to me that this is something that is interest of her. And it also made me think that this is great because this is normally something of an interest of a man anyway. So to see a woman express and say, like, I'm not worried necessarily about what everybody thinks. This is what I would like. And also, even if she is worried, to still express that, you know, this is what they would like. So to set that up for her before this MMF for another woman, it was an honor. It was an honor for both men to feel like, you know, we can please and make this woman the focus. So for your setup to be somewhat parallel to that, I felt just as honored to be here and to not really like know how excited you're going to feel afterwards, but know that they're going to have some level of happiness afterwards. It was like, yeah, this is about to be dope. And
to be transparent, Orlando was not my first choice because I didn't really desire to do it with somebody I'm going to be in a relationship with, because I didn't believe that the love and the respect could exist. I honestly didn't believe that I could like rest in the space with somebody that I know and that I have a relationship with. But obviously we've worked past that. We've gotten past that because we've done a lot of simulations. And when I say simulations, I mean we do a lot of role playing, like you were saying. Yeah. What were you saying?
No, I was just
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Actually, you took the reins beautifully. That we did do a lot of simulations and a lot of prep work and a lot of communication beforehand. So when we got to this point of being at a play party and going, oh, well, look at this. All these lines are like lining up. Why don't we take advantage of this opportunity and make this experience happen, and that we both know about and we're both comfortable with happening.
So when I asked Orlando, I was like, maybe tonight's the night. And he's like, do you want tonight to be the night? And I was like, yeah. He's like, say it. I was like, I want the night to be the night. He's like, to what? I was like, to do the thing. He's like, with who? I'm like, God, you're so annoying. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Why do I have to spell it out for you?
There's just a certain level of confidence I feel like you should go into that type of experience with. Now, with me saying to you, hey, say it out loud, and with you actually saying it out loud, it shows that we're both on the same page and a certain type of like forwardness with making this happen. Not just making it happen, but making it happen to a certain level where it's wonderful, where it's memorable, where it's happy, and where it's fun. It's one thing to just do it, but it's another thing to have it as an experience. And when you're confident and forward about it, it already sets a tone for the type of experience that you can have. And I don't half-ass shit.
Yeah, I think I think for women, it's not really usually a space where we're encouraged to be vocal about, especially in something a fantasy of this caliber.
Mm-hmm. And look how much more wetter your pussy is when you're so much more confident.
Sure, yeah. So yeah,
we had the conversation.
We had the
3 a.m. at
conversation.
night. There's only legs open this late.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning. We have the after party. Just so you guys know, I really curated an after party just so I can get this one person to my house. Which now looking back, I probably didn't need to do all that.
Didn't need to do it at all.
But it was a good buffer.
Listen, my good people. I want to let y'all know that your beautiful, lovely host over here is awkward as fuck. It's so fucking awkward when she really wants something. It's like a giddy little teenager, like with a crush, and the crush is an MMF though. The whole experience.
So anyway, Orlando was like, we got 15 people to our house. You would think these people just came from a sex party, that they would be fucking or making out or something, but no, they wanted to play games and introduce themselves. And as the time started to tick, I was like, this is getting farther away from my dream. Mm-hmm. And Orlando was over there cuddled with with a girl, and
essentially
the person I was trying to score was like on the other side of the room, and it just wasn't lining up. So, eventually some people left, which was actually, it worked out in our favor because the sun was coming up and I needed things to move along. And there was people between my ability to just roll over and be like, oh, hey, just super cash. So at one point, people left. I finally did my awkward rollover to the person, and
she still didn't know how to initiate.
I don't know why I was nervous because Orlando was having no trouble cuddling with this other girl. They were both wearing fluffy outfits. They were really cuddling over there.
You're wearing a fluffy outfit. I'm gonna go get my fluffy onesie, and we all cuddled up each other, rubbing up each other's fluffy ass onesie.
And he's like, "Come over here, cuddle with us." And I'm like, "Okay." And after 3 seconds, I was like, "Okay."
Oh, remember the pineapple kisses we came up with?
Yes. We did a 3-way kiss with the girl because that's my thing. Orlando called it pineapple kisses. Oh, okay, so funny. And then I was like, okay, get the fuck away from me. Not get the fuck away from me, but I need to get over there. But I don't really know how to be forward about it.
I helped us maneuver in a way we were comfortable over there. I went and sat over there. I told the girl, "Hey, come sit next to me with your fuzzy big old."
Is that what you said? Is that what you said? Come sit over here.
I'm paraphrasing.
Oh,
but. And then I told me, hey, Mel, there's some space for you. Come sit right here. And she sat between me and the guy. And then I brought her close and I whispered in her ear. And I was like, take some of that tequila and spit it in his mouth. And she was like, huh? I said, take the fucking tequila, put a shot in your mouth, and then spit it in his mouth and kiss him.
First he made me do it to him, and then I did. And then he told me to do it to the other guy. And I was like, well, he's not drinking tequila.
Take the fucking tequila and spit it in his mouth.
So I was like, fine. And then I was like... You got some tequila? He's like, oh, yeah, okay. So I took the tequila and I leaned his head back and I was like, spit it in his mouth seductively. And then I was like, perfect. Now I can kiss him. Everybody knows that's the first step. So then we made out a little bit and then just rubbing on him and making out a little more. And I was like, do you want another one?
She was gonna fucking shot spit this nigga to death.
I was gonna get him drunk or 3-way one thing or the other.
And then
and just to preface this, this is someone I've known a long time. This is someone I've slept with before. This is someone that I trust and I feel respects me. So it wasn't a rando that I used it could have been, but it wasn't a complete rando. So there was a level of
could have been. Not you sneaking in the could have been.
I mean, there was a couple of possibilities for this role.
La like this.